This is my Mastercraft table saw. It's nothing to write home about, but it's serviced me well for some going on 20 years now. It works well. It's got a little bit of a wobble in the motor, but for the stuff that I work on, it's not too bad. My main issue is the plate that covers the hole to access for blade changes. It's just a really thin piece of metal, as you can see there, and the problem is that I can't fashion a zero insert plate for it. So what I came up with is this guy here. Now what this allows me to do is to bolt it into the actual table. I'm not sure if you can see down there. There's a hole coming up right there. And these guys are held in by these bolts. There. And there. And then I basically can snug them down. And there's two over here as well. And what I did is I drilled the holes and then tapped the holes that are in the table. So then when the screws or the bolts go in and snug down, there's absolutely no movement. I can pick the table up with this attachment. You can see the table moving there. It's solid, it's not going anywhere. I made it out of 3/4 inch Baltic birch and a cleat to basically help reference it on the table. This is an auxiliary fence that I made. That's out of solid maple and it's not going anywhere either. And the top is fairly thick. And then I used some old flooring to make an auxiliary fence to bolt down with some holes here that I can shift it over for wider cuts if need be. The main reason I made it was to create tongue and groove. Shop's a bit of a mess. So these guys here. So then I can raise the blade up, run these guys through, no problem. And as you can see, it's very zero clearance. I'll raise the blade up. It's not the smoothest action in town. And there you go. So now once I've got this set up, the fence can be moved by loosening the bolts and doing some trial and error and measuring to basically get the blade to go through. And then I can basically just run them one way, flip it around right the other, and adjust the fence as needed. And I just put a bunch of coats of paraffin on this to make it fairly smooth. And I've run quite a few boards through, and you can see there's a little bit of, I guess, some wear on it, but it's still fairly smooth. And there you go, one auxiliary table fence.